Hello, my name is Sean Cool, and I'm a sophomore biology student. So, for this project, I decided to do a podcast about how music can be used to help release stress and explain why it helps relieve stress. This falls under like a casual, informative podcast. It kind of feels like a conversation, so that's what genre it would fall under. And I chose to do this topic because personally, I love listening to music, and I was interested to find out if it can be used to help relieve stress, like under a in a scientific way, and also just how it affects us in general. So a lot of that research was really interesting to me. I also knew, so I went in knowing it has calming effects, but I kind of wanted to know what the science is behind it. So like why music calms us down, or why music can make us anxious in like a horror movie setting. My audience for this was mainly young adults who are under stress, and that's a lot of young adults. I chose this because it relates to me, and I feel like a lot of young adults need help managing stress. So this was just one of those ways to get that information out there. And that's another reason I chose doing a podcast because I feel like a lot of young adults listen to podcasts. And it's a really simple way to inform people, especially in like a casual manner where not much work is required on the listener side. Because you can kind of just turn a podcast on and listen. It's not like you have to sit down and read an essay, or you have to, like, you can just listen, and listening doesn't engage, um, all your attention at a certain point. And so, especially for people who are under a lot of stress, this was a really easy way to get that across. And this project did encourage me to think a little bit outside the box with how I present the information, because I've done like research papers before. I've done research papers, and a lot of that's very formal. It's got a lot of writing and a lot of reading, and especially scientific topics go very confusing in writing. And so I felt like for my podcast, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to include all this like super confusing stuff and make people listen and then be like, oh, I have to listen to that again. So I made sure to explain a lot of the topics really well, and I made sure to like dumb it down a little bit. So I essentially took only what I needed to get across. I didn't include a whole lot of filler, like information. I took certain sources or certain like test groups from sources, and I only took what I needed and if it didn't relate at all, I didn't need it. So that project definitely, this project like style definitely helped me do that, and it made me think about like how to present this information in a different light.